Bonjour, bienvenue sur la chaîne Swiss Carnivore. Welcome to the channel Swiss Carnivore. Today is my first interview in English, so I'm a little stressed because we will see how it will go. And I'm very happy to have Dario with me, and we will speak about the carnivore journey. So first of all, thank you for being with me, and can you introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you for the interest. So I'm Dario. What define us is our priority in our life. So my priority is my kids. So I'm a father of two.
Okay.
That's what is my most important feature. And as job, I'm a chef. So I work a long time. I work many places in the world. I basically travel from Middle East. I work in Asia, in Myanmar, in Philippines. I work in Italy. I had a background as photographer. I work as professional photographer for a while.
Okay.
I start working in the restaurants. Then I stopped a little bit because I was too young probably to work all day non-stop, and I want to little bit travel the world. I was young, and I was a free bird, so I worked a little bit in the hotels in the resorts in Italy, in Sardinia especially, uh, taking pictures to the tourists, to the people that was they were in the hotels, in the resorts, enjoying the vacation. So we are like taking pictures of them during the dinner time or during the sport events, and during in the on the beach, like photo shooting models and stuff like that.
Okay.
So after I came back to the chef life, because when you start to have a certain age, yeah, you have to take things more seriously, and I could not be like living 6 months here, 6 months there, going here and there everywhere. So I went back to my previous profession, start to work in Bahrain, and mostly I cook Italian food. So what I'm still doing now. So what I say to myself now that I'm not eating anymore what I cook, I think about me as a carb dealer, let's say like that. So I feed the addicted. I'm also Neapolitan from Napoli, so I have this tradition of pizza that is coming from my city, and also this passion I had is still there, but it's mostly I consider this thing something that people should eat sometimes, not all the times, because of how I think now about food. But yes, that's my background. So.
Okay. So this is your restaurant or you're an
No,
employee?
I'm working. I'm an employee here in Netherlands. I live in Netherlands now. After I end up here because of the what happened 3 years ago. I was in the Philippines at the time. I was working there, and all our lives 3 years ago went upside down, and all our plans went upside down. And my priority, I told you, were my kids. And my son was born from a little bit when I was in Philippines. Now he's 4 years old. 2020, and actually in 2019, we decided to go back to Europe because I didn't want them to live in the Philippines. I was living in Manila. No, Philippines is a beautiful place. It's a beautiful country, many islands, and many places to go on the beach. But grow up kids in Manila, that is like a megalopoly, mega city full of skyscrapers, no green. You cannot live outdoor, and I didn't want them to grow up there. So we decided to move to Italy. My family moved in October 2019. I wanted to finish my contract. Also, we just opened a new restaurant, the third restaurant for the company. So I had some things to do there. And then my plan was to move there around maybe September, or to, after 1 year, go back to Italy also. But then you know what happened in January 2020. So by March, I had to go back to Italy because I didn't want to stay there, and everybody was scared at the beginning. So
Yeah.
uh, I went back to Italy, and then after I found out myself don't believe in the narrative anymore, what they were telling us. I see everybody scared. I say I don't want to stay in this country because in Italy,
It
you know,
was
I
big.
go. But not because of the problem, but because it was more in Italy. The thing that is the mentality of Italians are a little bit follow. They prefer to follow and trust the government, let's say like that, even if they have all the proof that they are a bunch of thief and people that are. When I think about politician, I only have in mind bad words, so better I don't say anything. So I say I don't want to be here in Italy when the things are getting bad for us, because I know the lockdown that they did was not legal. We had the constitution and everything was illegal, but they did it anyway. So I say I know how the fascism was born in this country, and I don't want to be here. So I found a place. I had the connection in the Netherlands, friend of my partner that can give me the chance to try to find a work. Actually, I came here and I found a job after one day because my experience, my curriculum, so it was not so hard. Even it was July 2020. I came here and I found job. That's why I already changed three restaurants here. It's easy to work here to find job if you are the experienced chef. Now I'm happy when I'm working. I'm happy. The only thing that I'm not eating what I'm cooking basically. So it's a bit tough, if in life we have moral issues about everything, even about doing our lifestyle. It's implied that the animal that we eat is no longer alive. And when I see a lamb, when I see a cow, my first instinct is hug them and not stab them. So yeah, but it's this is a carnivore planet. One of the things that make me understand that this is lifestyle is the only is the right one, is the obvious. Even if you see a documentary about ants or about bees, you see violence, you see mass murdering, basically.
Yes.
So it's everywhere. Now I have a fly, no a fly, a mosquito here around me. I have to kill, have to kill it. So everywhere tell us that we live maybe in our mind in a unicorn world with the rainbows and the teddy bears, but that's not reality. The reality is tough. Reality is different, and reality tell us that this is a carnivore planet, that the big fish eat small fish, and we need to face the reality and don't be hippie, hugging the trees and singing kumbaya and stuff like that. So unfortunately, we need to eat meat and to be healthy and to be truly ourselves. That's what this kind of way of eating taught me, because how I feel, and I never felt like I'm before I am now. Even doing other kind of diets, I never felt like I feel now.
How
Yeah,
long?
and basically, I mean, that's why I'm a carnivore basically.
Yeah. How long have you been in carnivore?
It's not so much. I started in around March, April,
Okay.
and I started because of my health situation. My health was basically deteriorating. Was maybe because of the lockdowns, maybe because of the fear, maybe because here in Netherlands there's not much sunlight, so living inside and be stressed for 1 year or whatever, how long it lasts, uh, start to be heavy on me. So I start to have a lot of symptoms. Of one of the worst was I had heart palpitation, like hard ones. I was scared a lot that something was happening to me. I told them my priority is my family, my kids, and we came here for them to, because Netherlands is a very nice place to grow kids. Probably like Switzerland, like Sweden or North Europe in general, compared to Italy, compared from where I was living before. So I decided to move here because of them. And then after I feel that I was dying. That's what I still think that was did I was going to die in months, maybe in 1 year or whatever. I was going to have a heart attack or some other kind of issue, because I had so many problems. And the fact that I lost weight is the thing that I really don't care. It's the last thing that I care. I bought the scale just maybe 1 month and a half ago. I bought this scale to check how much was my weight. I know when I started, I was my weight because I had some medical checkup, and I was 115 kilo in February, stuff like that. And now I'm 86 kilo. But the thing that I didn't lose muscles mass. So I got shredded, let's say like that. Even if I don't work out and I don't do the gym much, I mean, I'm more active in general, but I lost only fat.
Yes. It's really common with the carnivore. A lot of people say this. So yeah. And how did you find about it? Because it's not common for an Italian and a chef to be carnivore. So
Yeah, and I have carbs all around me all the time. So I'm always with the temptation. Can you repeat the question, because I didn't understand well your question.
I say, how did you discover?
How I discover. So let's say like that. I am always interested in things in general, in diet. So I already know that lowering the carbs will make you lose weight. I did many diet in my life. I did ketogenic. There's this doctor, Dr. Berg. I think you have seen him. And years ago, I was starting to listen to him about eating 1 time a day or eating 2 times a day, intermittent fasting and carnivore, and ketogenic diet. So I did also that. I know that kind of work because it make me lose some weight, but it didn't work for me long term because after 2-3 months, yes, I start to lose weight. I lost a lot of weight, and but I eating I didn't feel so well. Even if I see my picture when I was thinner before, I see myself weaker, not in shape like I am now. So I know about these diets. I also, because it's my job, to know about all this kind of how food work in general. So even to don't cook things with too much fats or whatever. So and I research always my diets about how to lose weight, because I always tend to swallow, to especially my face start to become like a balloon. So in general, that background of knowing the diets helped me to research, because I start to research about my symptoms, not about losing weight this time. Okay. So I start to research why palpitation, maybe magnesium, potassium, blah 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 blah. So, and I end up to find out these doctors. I mean, I already know that Jordan Peterson was doing this carnivore diet. So I know the daughter of Jordan Peterson. So I already know that this diet existed, but I thought these people were a little bit crazy, that a little bit extreme, and maybe, yeah, I understand she has autoimmune problems. So my work for her, but for sure it's not normal to don't eat vegetables. All the doctors tell you eat vegetables. So that was my first thought. These people are extreme. But I found out like something that inspired me a lot was Dr. Chaffee. Yeah. And he has a long video about he's talking to an audience, and he has some slideshow that he shows how is logic that we are carnivore, and that opened my mind. He talked about the ice age and human biology, our tooth, how is our intestine, and why we are carnivore, because basically we didn't have any chance to eat other things during the ice age. And considering that the Homo sapiens exists from 750,000 years ago at the earliest, maybe 300,000, I don't know exactly, but that's the window. when Homo sapiens should be appeared on Earth from God, from I don't know, the aliens or whatever create us. We live during the ice ages. So because of this, and I also went in a rabbit hole. I take chat GPT. I start to ask 1 million questions. What was the average temperature? What was the food available? I went like a deep rabbit hole about this ice age, and then I found out that yeah, it's right. We didn't have a lot of vegetable. We have some. The vegetable were smaller. The roots, the things were not really tasty as we grow up now with our good farmers that know what to do to have a lot of fruit and vegetable during the year. Even the banana were so small. So yes, we have some fruit available probably around the equatorial belt, but not during the whole year. The only things that was available during the whole year were the big games, so the big animals. And there's also proof that people moved from Africa to north. So, and north was colder, and colder means less vegetables, less fruit, even less that the little bit it was. So how it's possible that we survived during that ice age, eating only meat, eating only meat. So that's the answer, because we eat only meat. That was the only thing available, and that's how we survived during the ice age. So considering that humans exist from so much time ago, and now we start to eat mostly carbs, and basically 98-99% of our existence, we didn't have this food available, and now we have. How is possible that our biology adapt to so much carbs, so much processed food, vegetable oils, and all these things? It's impossible. That's why we are all sick. That's why I was sick. That's why everybody is so depressed and sad and nervous and ready to react badly and like zombified, like I felt before. Like I was a little bit taken by the destiny. Whatever happened to me, I didn't fight it back. So that give me the spark that this thing is logic. This thing makes so much sense. That's why I give it a chance. And then once I give it a chance, it was like a miracle. Like really, like unbelievable. I have a goosebumps even thinking about it. It was unfucking sorry. Unbelievable. Because it's for me drink some water. For me work suddenly, no? After a few days that I was starting to eat, especially liver. For me, was a game changer was the liver. Okay. So what I was doing, I was mixing ground beef and liver mixed together, making like burgers and eating like that. So that was my thing at the beginning, because I wanted to make it easy. Even thinking about making some pictures, something online. So I was eating this kind of thing, and suddenly one day I was at work and I feel, first thing I feel like I was more straight with my back. I was not like the Quasimodo, let's say like that, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. So then I start to feel energy, like my leg were strong. The fry pan in my hand that I thought was heavy. I always thought this fry pan are the heavy fry pan. Suddenly they were light in my hands. So I had all this improvement, sudden improvement, and then my palpitation went away. You want to go to the list of symptoms I have, because it's like a lot of
question. That was my question. What the benefits you had?
So I wrote it down, because there are so many things and I forget them, because there are a lot of problems. Yeah. Dove sta? I lost it.
It's okay.
Ok, eccola qua. So let's say the palpitation, I already talked about it. I had high blood pressure, So this give me also like mental fatigue and confusion, like brain fog, a lot of brain fog. And now I'm much more sharp. Before a conversation like that, I could not have. I will get confused. I will lose my train of thought. I will have maybe you ask me a question, I give you a short answer. Now maybe I'm over talking and going to everywhere because my mind is like a natural flow. It's so much different. One of the things that I was very bad at scare me was the sleep apnea. I had in the night I was snoring. I thought I always snore all my life. I snore, so I thought it was always snoring, but it was not that because I was not breathing properly in the night.
Okay.
So I went to check myself. They put a machine on my face that measure how many times you snore, and they said that I was having 70 apnea every night. 70. It's a lot. It's very much. So the doctor was like worried. He said, "Oh my God, you need to put a machine that pump air on you." So then I had another visit to the to check my nose and stuff. In the meantime, I start this diet. After 1 month, I had the second visit for the sleep apnea to put the machine again. I asked them to put the machine again to check the situation because I told I'm feeling better. My girlfriend tell me that I'm not snoring as much as before. So, and then in 1 month, I passed from 70 apnea to 20 apnea. And the doctor could not believe it. Said, "What happened? You didn't put the machine right, blah, blah, blah." No, I did the same thing. And then after, I just basically I don't snore anymore. I'm a little bit snoring, but I don't have apnea anymore. I don't, because the apnea is you cannot breathe. So you have a lower your oxygen in your body, brain, you can have problem in your brain, you can have problem to the heart, especially to the heart. So it was all connected. From when I quit carbs, basically, when I quit processed food. That's what thing that I want to say because it's not clear because we follow many channels that are Americans, and they say American diet, American. I was not doing American diet. I was eating healthy Mediterranean homemade diet. I was eating nice healthy food that I was cooking myself. I was cooking the restaurant. I was using extra virgin olive oil, the best one, not the supermarket one. I was spending €100 for 5 liters of extra virgin olive oil. I always check my food. So it's not that, yeah, but the Americans eat the burger and this. And I never I never went to McDonald's. I really hate this kind of things. For me, Coca-Cola will not exist. This thing, I don't drink Coca-Cola. I never did it. So I was already low. I didn't put sugar in my coffee. Now I don't drink coffee also because I don't need. Yeah, this thing I wanted to make it very clear is not about American junk food or cookies or this that. I was eating healthy Mediterranean food. I was eating fruit. I was eating vegetables. I was eating homemade pasta with cherry tomato from Vesuvius. So I was not. That was my meal. And even eating like that, I was sick. I was so much sick. So I had pre-diabetes situation because every night I was going to the toilet 3 times at least. I waking up, go toilet, and go back. And I was full of inflammation in my body. So every move it was painful. If something fell down, I get so much upset because I need to bend and pick it up because my knee were hurting, my feet on top were hurting, my elbow, my shoulder, I had pain everywhere. I was full of inflammation. Brain fog, I already talked about it. I had problem to digest. From let's say I had first thing I had the burn, gastritis, acid reflux, and that helped me a lot. Dr. Berg's suggestion to drink apple cider vinegar with water. This happened before. This is helpful compared to the medicine that are basically the opposite of something acidic. That helps. So if somebody has this kind of problem with the acid reflux, can try put some apple cider vinegar in the water. It's okay. It's not carnivore, but
Yeah.
it's like a medicine. So consider it like a medicine. And I went to the toilet many times. I don't want to go into details, but it was not a fun experience going to the toilet 6, 7, 8 times in a day. If I had an appointment early in the morning, I had to wake up 1 hour, 2 hours earlier to make sure I was totally empty, because otherwise I didn't have to go somewhere else in the toilet and be like taken. Sorry, I need to go to the toilet, and then disappear for 30 minutes. It's embarrassing also, these situations. So that was one of the other problem that this fix. Now sometimes I say, maybe you can cut this, maybe it's funny, but now my poop belongs to a museum. It should be exposed like something before. It was unbelievable what was happening in the toilet. Anyway, uh, one thing that I fixed was my gums. So before I had also, maybe probably because of the vitamin D that I didn't have enough because no sun. Even in Philippines, no, Philippines is sunny country, blah blah blah. But I was always indoor because I was suffering from the heat. It was too hot for me. I don't like hot place. From 2012 to 2020, 2020, I lived in hot countries. So I never like. So I'm always indoor, always with the air conditioning, always indoor. Even in Middle East, even at night there is 40 degrees. So uh, I have this problem in my gums, and when I went to Italy from little bit time from when it was March to July that I lived in Italy, March 2020, July 2020. I went to the doctor to check my gums because it was painful. Everything I was eating hard give me pain to my tooth, and he told me that I have a condition that cannot be fixed. Sorry, that is irreversible. That basically you need to clean and clean and clean. Then after a while, I need to replace my tooth. That's what he told me. Now I can bite a tree and like an animal and eat through wood because my teeth are so strong. My gums change color; they become pink. Are regrowing. I eat meat so hard sometimes, and I don't feel any pain anymore. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable because the doctors say that this thing is only can get worse.
Okay.
It cannot get better. And now I don't have to go to the dentist anymore. I don't have to get this cleaning thing and remove and push because the gum was going up and up and up, and now the gum is going down. But other thing, yeah, in general, I had this sensation of fatigue, of weakness, of laziness. I'm so much better father now because I can play with my kids. And you cannot understand how beautiful it is to run with them, to be able to do things with them. I was thinking, no, I am getting old. I'm 43, I'm 44, I'm getting old, so it's normal. It's not normal because I feel much better now than when I was 25, 26. So much stronger, so much active. I want to go and do things with them. I was thinking to buy an electric bicycle to go around, even if Netherlands basically is flat, because I feel weak to go with the real bicycle. And now I have a mountain bike, and I go around with the mountain bike. I bought something to connect a trailer to the bicycle. I have my kids in the back, and I drive them around the city, and I feel so much more energetic. It's not comparable. Before my dream was go to a restaurant, eat something, and just then after don't even stand up from the chair, just lay on the put some mattress on the floor. So my ideal restaurant have mattress next to the chair because that's how you feel when you eat like a bowl of pasta and a potato and stuff like that. You feel after you feel wasted, like destroyed. So so now I can eat a steak of 2 kilo and eggs and this and that, and then after I feel I want to go around and I go walk and I play with the kids. I cannot even work out. When I work out and they are with me, they become my weight. I push my son like uh, I do exercise with him, and yeah, I feel so much better and so happy, because your life is much better when you have this skin. And other things that I didn't talk on the other interview because I forgot. I don't get sunburn anymore. Before, I avoid the sun like I was a vampire, like sun. There is a sun. Cover myself. No, like, go away, sun. Every time if I had to work in a sunny street, I was checking where is the shadow. So I was going left, right, to find the shadow to don't work in the sun because sun was hurting, physically hurting my skin. And then after I started this diet, I heard about Paul Saladino talking about Dr. Paul Saladino talking about how you don't get sunburn. I said, let's try, let's see if it's true because first thing is not annoying me anymore. So that's true for sure. But let's see if I don't burn. And I don't burn. I don't burn. Before I burn and then my skin come out. Now my skin don't come out like a snake anymore. I don't burn. I become tan. My skin is much better. Even with I have a cat that we buy because in the previous house we had a garden with and sometimes there were mouses, small mouses here in Netherlands. It's pretty common. There's small mouse in the gardens. So I didn't want to have mouse in the house. So we get a cat. And even when she was small cat and she was scratching me, my hands were disaster. Was full of scratches. Now my cat grow up a lot. She still bite me and scratch me like before to play. But she doesn't scratch me anymore. My skin become like my mother say, it's the skin of a donkey now. Like I don't get scratch. Even if she do hard, even if there is a small one, it heals so fast. Also, this I notice. I heal because sometimes in the restaurant, I never cut myself with a knife, but we cook. We are expert to cut ourselves with all the other things like. Cleaning a surface and you hurt and then you cut or you cut in the pizza dough with the spatula and then you cut yourself and I heal so much faster than I did before. It's ridiculous. It's like unbelievable. I had this thing called skin tags. Do you know what skin tags?
Oh yeah, I know, yeah.
It's kind of disgusting. Anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Not sexy at all. Anyway, I don't have them anymore. Okay. They appear suddenly. I noticed one time where are these ugly things that I had under my armpit? Boom, gone. They fell down by themselves. They give up. I say, no, I don't want to stay here anymore. This guy is too healthy now. So they just fell down. And the one thing that I want also to ask you because you do ice bath, no?
Yes.
Yeah, I did a cold bath the other day for the first time. I was taking cold showers. I mean, after my normal shower, I was putting cold water and just throw myself inside and scream like crazy because it's horrible. Yeah,
I don't like
the cold shower are worse. Then I did a cold bath.
Yeah.
Here in Netherlands, the water is kind of cold from the tub, so it's already very, very cold. So I fill it up. I also put a video on my Instagram. So
I will have to check. I will check.
Yeah, it's funny because my kids are there cheering for me,
Really?
throwing water off my head. Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, yeah, and I'm not naked. I am with the shorts. And anyway, I enjoy it. It was the beginning was cold, then it was this adrenaline rush. I don't know what it was, but fantastic. It was fantastic. Yeah, I did it 2 days ago, I think, and now I want to do it again.
Yeah.
Nice cold shower. So this thing that this kind of diet give me also resistance to heat and to cold. So before it was a little bit hot, I was sweating a lot. I was sweating like, oh my God, I'm sweating so much. And now I don't. I remember I had an event a few weeks ago. We had to cook in a pizza bus. Basically, it was a food truck making pizza. And it was 32 degrees that day in Netherlands, so I was very lucky. And the pizza truck was under the sun. Inside the pizza truck, we had the thermometer was 40 degrees. close to the oven was probably 50 degrees. And I work like no problem. I work there. It was hot. Okay, you feel hot, but I could not do it before. I was for me. I know that if I was myself 1 year ago, I would have died. I would have give up. I would have asked the owner of the pizza truck to switch with me because I was feeling too much. Because I was all the time in the oven, all the time cooking the pizza. I did this even for fun because I'm a head chef in a restaurant. But I always wanted to work in a food truck. So this guy was looking for help for that day. I asked my job if it was possible to work one day there with this guy. They told me yes, it's okay. So it was fun. But the day before, they said tomorrow is 32 degrees. Ah, it was a bad idea. Yeah, it was not so bad idea because at the end I make it nicely. So it was fun. So yeah, that's all the symptoms I wrote down that I can remember. And there is one thing that I want to talk about it, but maybe later. It's about addictions.
No, we can speak now. Yeah.
Okay. So I used to smoke weed.
Okay.
So I it's 25 years up and downs. I smoke weed. I didn't have too much chance when I work like in Middle East or stuff like that because it's totally legal. And but now I live in Netherlands and yeah, there are coffee shops, so you can go and buy it. And for the first time in my life, I start to smoke like every day. Like after work, I come home, I smoke. My day off, I maybe enjoy a couple of joints more, especially if there was sorry, but this mosquito is annoying me. And uh, and then I start to feel some symptoms. This before I did the carnivore diet. I start to feel this sensation of feeling cold, like a lot cold, shakings. Other kind of symptoms were discomfort in the stomach, and for a while I start to vomit. And I realized after I research on internet that there is this thing called cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome that is basically a situation where when you smoke for a long time, for a while, not for everybody, like somebody is lucky, like, let's say like that, you feel this all these symptoms and then end up vomiting. And unfortunately, somebody died also of this because you get so much dehydrated. You try to drink, you need to when you get so bad, you need to go to ER and get an IV to get hydration because probably you get dehydrated, your how you call the kidney, they don't work anymore, and so then you can die because of this situation. So it's not the weed that kill you, it's the vomiting
Yeah.
that can, it happens. So this was a very problematic situation that make me also research in this kind of diet because on top of all these symptoms, I had this vomiting. So I said, what the fuck is happening to me? I have this, I have palpitation, I snore, I cannot sleep in the night because I'm snoring. I wake up 3 times every night to go to toilet. My toilet experience was bad. So much pain, so much laziness. No, you become. I don't want to say depressed because it's a big word, and mental health is something that I cannot say if I was depressed, I was only sad or was unhappy. So I don't know because I didn't get. I went also one time to a therapist to talk about the situation. Also because now with COVID fears and I didn't want to get punctured and seeing the pressure that everybody goes on around you, also your family, your friends. Basically, everybody that I know did it. Only me and my family didn't do it. So you feel like the only one, and not because you want to join a team,
Yeah.
but you get so much pressure that make you scared. You start to have nightmares about I was kidnapped and jabbed force. No, it's a stressful situation. So on top of all this, I start to vomit after I smoke because the only thing that was relaxing me was smoking. So and I start this diet also because of this situation. But the only thing that basically this diet didn't fix was this. It made me so much stronger, resilient, but every now and then I was vomiting anyway. And sometimes it was not the vomit, it was just nausea, discomfort. Even this problem is also triggered by smells. For many people, unfortunately, it's a smell of food. For me, no, because otherwise I would not have worked. For many people, for me, it was smell of like plastic, burnt plastic, cigarette smell. I don't smoke cigarette. I quit long time ago. If I walk in the street, somebody was smoking, give me this discomfort. So, and then I researched in this thing. I found out this thing. In the meantime, I was starting the carnivore diet. So when I found out about the CSS and CSS, Cannabinoid Hyperemesis Syndrome, I quit. I said, okay, the only way that this syndrome will go away is quitting weed, and I quit weed. I wanted to smoke the day after today. Then after I didn't think about weed anymore, and I know that is only because of this diet. I know because I'm healthy physically and mentally. I didn't crave smoke anymore. I didn't crave to go to coffee shop. Actually, I have weed in my house. I still have it there. I didn't finish my last bag because I didn't was okay. Let's smoke the last one. I said, okay, this make me sick. This make me vomit. Okay, then I quit, and then I quit, and that's it. And I could not do it before. I could not quit so easily. Maybe I could quit because for many time I didn't smoke because of where I was working and stuff. But uh, I could not do it so easily, and I could not do it in the Netherlands for sure. With all this temptation around, it is. I don't drink. I also like for me drinking wine. Yes, when you go out to eat fish, you can drink some white wine with the seafood, or if you go eat meat, maybe you can drink red wine. This was me before. Even go for a pizza and drink beer, but I don't have beer at home. I don't drink at home. I was never like that. So my only hobby, let's call it like that, was smoking weed, and I quit, and I don't regret it, and I don't think about it anymore. So I had some little bit of problem to sleep for sure, because after that you have problem to sleep. But even if I think rationally, okay, I want to sleep because it's 3 nights that I sleep only 3 4 hours a night, and tonight I need to sleep, so maybe I can go down and smoke a little bit. Even if I think about smoking, I feel disgust. So it's like this kind of diet fix you so much in all the aspects, even to addiction. I want to call it addiction because addiction is a bad word. No, like hi, I'm Dario. I smoke weed, like in the circle of people that are addicted. Or like the people that say it's 3 days, 5 hours, and 9 minutes. I don't drink.
Yes,
I
yes.
don't understand. Sorry, but I don't understand. It's because you are thinking about it if you counting the minutes. You are out when you start to think about it. I don't know when last time I smoked. I don't remember it. I don't care. It's months ago. And that's it. I mean, so I'm out totally of this. I don't care. I don't want to smoke. I have it downstairs just to prove it to myself that I don't smoke, not because I don't have it. I don't smoke because I don't want to smoke.
Amazing. Wow. Thank you for sharing. And
No problem. I share because I want to help people. No, there is this group on Facebook that help a lot of people. You got information there, a lot of information about this CSR. But sharing it to them about this diet is a little bit complicated because they think you are crazy, because they don't know. They For example, somebody asks, what's the best thing to eat after a fast? And then I suggest maybe your bone broth, but then other people say drink a Coca-Cola. I think sugar give you the mentality to be addicted to other things. They can be weed, can be alcohol, can be junk food. So just cutting the sugar that is everywhere, that is in the bread, that is in the vegetables, stuff like that, help a lot to become resilient to addictions, all the addictions. So if I see people struggling a lot in this group, it's so sad to see people that I quit, then I smoke again, and then I'm sick again, and it's the fifth time I quit, and the fifth time I go back to smoke.
Yeah.
I feel very bad for them. So that's why I want to share this thing, my
Yeah.
situation, because I was not addicted to weed, like I need to smoke, but I had these symptoms. I had this problem CSS, and the strength to quit and don't think about it anymore and change my life totally. It was my diet. So that's why we are here, because we want to share, not because we have some magic pill to sell or some coaching or whatever. I don't have. I put my video of food, so maybe somebody can check and do some different things, like you also know, because maybe eating carnivore is boring for them, because they think carnivore is only steak and butter, and it's not only that. There is so many other things you can do with the food.
So how is your day? Like, what do you eat for breakfast, for lunch, for supper? Or
So when I start, I was not so hungry like I'm now. Now
okay.
I'm very, very hungry all the time. Not all the time, joke. I'm eating 2 times, sometimes 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Before I was not hungry at all in the morning. So when you start this diet, one thing I want to suggest everybody: don't start suddenly, because if you are used to eat whatever, a lot of carbs, a lot of sugar, or junk food, or cookies, croissant, and these kind of things, and then you suddenly stop, you start to eat only meat, you're gonna feel it on your body. They call it keto flu. Basically, you're gonna have headaches, you're gonna have uh, problem in the toilet. So you don't want to do that. You want to start to eliminate. So this is an elimination diet at the beginning. So whatever, you start from sugars for sure. Start from junk food, cookies, this kind of thing. Start from eliminate the things that have fat and sugar together. That's probably the worst, like the cookies and the sweets,
Mhm.
dessert, stuff like that. And then in weeks start to eliminate some other things. Then start eliminate pizza and pasta. And then it depends. For me, the best suggestion is try to go totally, how they call the diet that Peterson does, the lion diet. So just steaks. Try to go all the way to eat only steak, and then maybe you can start to put something back. So you understand what
Yes, yes,
give
yes.
you bad reaction. That's what I did. So I know what give me reaction and what I don't. For example, I didn't imagine that I cannot eat white egg. The white of the egg give me bad stomach ache, so I cannot eat omelette like a normal omelette. I need only to mix the egg yolk with some milk, and that's it. Because if I eat white egg, I feel stomach.
Mhm.
So that's what I suggest how to start. Once you are fat adapt, so your body start to create ketones that give you the energy, and your body will also make the glucose that you need. Then after that, you start to lose a lot of weight. That's probably why at the beginning I was not so hungry anymore. I lost my appetite, and I start to lose weight. Start to lose a lot of weight, and that's what I was eating at the beginning. So I was eating once a day. I was eating this kind of things I told you before. This mixed ground beef with the mixed organs, and basically was the only thing I was eating was that.
Okay.
For months I eat only that once a day. A lot of meat, lot like maybe between 500 gram and 1 kilo of mix ground beef and organs, but once a day. Then suddenly one day I wake up and I was hungry in the morning. Like first thing in the morning I was hungry. It was strange because normally I was not so hungry in the morning. Now I'm eating in the morning. I'm eating breakfast and second breakfast, like the hobbits in the Lord of the Rings. I don't know if you are familiar with that. The Hobbit have second breakfast. Anyway, I eat in the morning after I drop the kids at school. I come back home and I have my breakfast. It is steak and eggs, normally stuff like that. I make a lot of bone broth stock, so I put eggs inside. And I bought the other day some Korean style thinly sliced meat. It
Okay.
is perfect for a hot pot. So I put in the bowl with the egg yolks and this meat like this is so good. And then after maybe 11:30, 12, I'm hungry again, so I eat more. I eat more of the same things, steaks normally or ground beef with organs. I like a lot of liver from. I don't like liver in general, like the beef liver. I prefer to mix with ground beef because the taste is tough. It's like a little bit yeah, it's strong. Consider it's not my favorite liver, but the lamb liver is so good. It's so much better. It's so sweeter. It's fattier, and I like so much that I can eat it without any, just salt and some of the fat. Because then I make also myself all the fat. I make the tallow. I go to the butcher and get sheep fat and I render it and I use it for cooking. Lamb fat, sheep fat. Sometimes they give it for free because
Okay.
the lamb fat and sheep fat they don't really need it. So once they clean the animal, they have it there, and so they give it for free. Also, the one thing about this diet that people think, you're gonna spend a lot of money. Yeah, if you only eat tomahawk steak,
Yeah.
filet mignon, ribeye, yeah, probably. But first thing, you don't eat so much because you eat once, twice a day. And second thing, you don't snack. You don't. I don't go to before. I was going to the supermarket all the time. Every 2 days I was there, cookies and this and that, blah 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 blah. Now I prefer to go to the farms. I buy directly from the farms. Also because here in Netherlands there's a big problem with the government and the farmers. So I want to be supportive of the farmers and help them as much as I can. So I buy in the farm a lot. I buy butter, I buy the eggs, I buy the raw milk. I want to tell you something about the raw milk now that I think about it. My son was allergic to peanuts.
Okay.
Was very much allergic to peanuts. 2 years ago, we got big scared because he was in the kindergarten and he put the finger inside the sandwich of his friend at the peanut butter and put it in his mouth and then it swallow everywhere, his eyes, lips. We got so scared. I had to call an ambulance. Luckily, he didn't need EpiPen. Just give him antihistaminic, and it was okay. But then we do all the tests, and then he's allergic to something. But the most allergic was to peanuts. So we always had to be scared. Always go around with antihistaminic for him. If we go out, we went out to eat before. No, because now I don't go out so much to eat. But before always be scared there was some contamination of peanuts somewhere to give him an allergy. Then after I start this diet, I start to drink raw milk because going to the farm and knowing about these good doctors that we follow that raw milk is much better because of the casein, A2, blah, 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 blah. I start to drink raw milk that tastes so much better, so good. And I start to give it to my kids. And then after we went a few days ago, we went again to do the taste for the allergy and my son is not allergic anymore. We did basically one thing called provocation. So they give a little bit of peanuts, and this is a therapy that give you a little bit of peanuts, and then more, and then more, and then more, and see when he's reacting. And when he's reacting, because we are in the hospital, they're gonna make sure it's safe but they know what's the level you can absorb. And then the next time you go again and they give you more, more, more. And then the next time we went until the last level. In the first time, the doctor says he's not allergic anymore. He's not reacting at all. We give from a little bit to 3 cookies big like this, and he didn't have any reaction. And the doctor were amazed. And then I said, doctor, because I was studying this thing, I see that there is a study from University of Utrecht that say that raw milk help to combat the symptoms of any allergy, especially the asthma, but in general all the allergies. And the doctor was very interested because they didn't even know. And basically, I think raw milk healed my son. It's like a medicine. So
That's amazing.
animal products, for sure. If you was drinking soya milk or almond milk, it will not get better.
That's
So
true.
sorry for the vegans, but raw milk is a medicine.
Yeah.
It's a medicine. It's what we always drink before our existence. I mean, from when the start of our existence on this planet. So
It's true.
for sure, not a long list like this of ingredients that you cannot even pronounce.
Yeah. That's good. And what about your family? Does your family eat like you? Your kids
My,
as
fa- my, my kid, my son, he was like almost natural carnivore because he always refused to eat pasta. He likes pizza, of course. All the kids like pizza, but when I eat pizza, when I bring them to eat pizza, they eat the good pizza with the San Marzano tomato, fior di latte from Italy, not the Pizza Hut or whatever thing that is American style or plastic cheese on top. No, always anyway the standard. They like that. He is natural carnivore because he always like to eat rice and meat. He eat rice, meat, and fruit. That's what he normally eat during the day. My son. My daughter, no, was more like me, eating pasta, bread, this kind of thing. So she likes more of that. But she see me eating meat. She see what happened to Papa, that he become he shrink, he becomes strong, he become happy, and I'm mostly talking about this thing all day. So
well?
uh, uh, I'm telling them, you know why you can do this? Because I'm eating it, meat. But you know why Papa do that? Because the liver is give you vitamins, a multivitamin. So I'm telling them all the time. And she's eating much more meat than before. Of course, I would like them to quit totally the pasta, these things. But you know, when you're so young and you're so strong, you can heal faster from this kind of problems. Important that they drink the right milk. They also eat the the meat. So and the other things. So they will understand to remove. My partner, she's from Philippines, so it's difficult to make her change her way of eating. She say things like, "I don't believe in diets," and stuff like that. So I cannot force her. Live and let live. She think it's okay like that. So
But she saw the change in you. So
yeah, of course. Sometimes she told me time ago, before you're soft, now you like your body's like wood, like you're made of wood. When I touch you, it's like unbelievable what happened to you. Yeah, she know, but no. Sometimes people prefer the thing that I say. It's important to know to know no, to have free will and to choose. Nobody. If I say okay, I know that I feel better, but I prefer to have the sensation of eating spaghetti with clams, blah 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 blah. It's my choice, but I know the problem is that people doesn't know
yeah,
how you feel when you do this kind of diet, this way of eating. So you cannot have a free will if you don't know.
yeah, that's
And
true.
if the doctor tell you that this is wrong, blah 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 blah, that you should actually the doctor don't even care about what you eat because every time I went to a doctor or every time I took my kids to a doctor, they never ask what you eat. They never ask what's your lifestyle. They only say, oh, that's your symptoms. That's the medicine. So in general, but if you follow the guidelines are eating vegetable oils because of, in my son one time we went to the hospital because he fell down from the stairs and he hit his head and we got scared, but luckily it was nothing. They keep us one night in the hospital just for be sure that he was okay. And then they give us the food. Oh my God, they want to kill us. Maybe they give us margarine. Margarine for me is the antichrist. The margarine. I never use margarine in my restaurant. Wherever I work, I the bouillon powder, MSG, antichrist. The margarine and all the vegetable oils. I need to use vegetable oils in the fryer. I have no much choice. I would like to use tallow, but it's to have so much tallow and to make for a restaurant it's a little bit difficult. And to use clarified butter in a fryer, I mean, you need to sell French fries 300 euros. So it's not worth it. I am not your dietitian, what I think, no, what also the, oh my God, I always forget his name, this chef, Anthony Bourdain. He always said that. I'm not your dietitian. I work for the pleasure business. So I give endorphin rush to everybody. If you want to eat my food, it's very good, but I cannot be in charge of your health. You are in charge of your health. So that's what I think.
Yeah.
That's how I have to live my philosophy of life, because otherwise I go crazy. No, if I have to think about this guy is eating too much pasta, he's already fat. What I do? I don't give it to him. What can I do?
Yeah.
To see all the people around, when you walk around and you see people like in the family, and you see yourself in them, yourself of 1 year ago, you would like to tell them, is it's you can be much healthier, much happier. You can be more. You can see that in the face that they are not happy.
Yeah.
But how can you do? Like they will call the police. No,
Yeah.
if you stop people randomly in the street and tell them you are fat, you probably unhealthy, but you can. The thing that is not that I will, I want to starve to death and eat nothing so you can lose weight. No, I want you to eat fatty meat and enjoy and eat how much you want until you are satisfied, and how many times you want, and I tell you you will gonna lose weight. You're gonna become thinner. You're gonna become healthier.
Yes.
So
I understand. So, do you think it's difficult for you at your work and with friends, with family, to be on carnivore diets, like socially?
yeah, I don't think it's easy for sure. It make things a little bit complicated. Oh, my father came here in vacation for a while last month, and we went. I took him around in Rotterdam. I showed him around, and we went to eat, but I didn't eat. I I just saw watching eating. For me, it's not a problem. I don't feel attracted to this food that they were eating. Like no, they went to eat um, Japanese noodles, this kind of thing, soups, stuff like that. But for me, was okay to just drink water and enjoy. I enjoy anyway. It's not a problem. But I guess for them, for other people, looks strange that you are not eating the table. Even if you have two people sitting and one is eating and the other one is not, it's strange. But for me, it's okay. When we go to the pizza still for the kids, and my girlfriend and the kids eat pizza, and maybe I still some mozzarella on top, and that's it. I don't eat
Yes.
other things. Yeah, but what can we do? It's difficult to find. When you go to a restaurant, you always find the vegetarian options, the vegan options, but you never find the carnivore option. And then you never know if they use vegetable oils. There is this place in Rotterdam that have a lot of restaurants. It's a food hall, very, very big, called Markthal. And we went to eat. We tried to eat in another place. I also checked the burger. In the burger, they have the flat top. They use vegetable oil for the flat top. You cannot really trust them, to do it without vegetable oil. Went to eat to the Greek restaurant. I also eat. We had a lot of meat, but anyway, they use spices,
Yeah.
and now I'm not digesting spices very much.
Okay.
There was a little bit of discomfort after. They have grill, so it's charcoal. For sure, there is no vegetable oil on the charcoal grill. It doesn't make any sense to use it. But the problem with the black pepper is I felt it after. So yeah, it's a little bit complicated. Every now and then I can understand, but it's not that it's like a religion. I don't want to eat because otherwise it's a sin. I don't want to eat because I don't feel well after. So that's the thing. So
Okay.
avoiding this thing is still it's okay.
Yeah. And when you are invited, How you do, like with friends?
No, no, it doesn't happen much. Fortunately or unfortunately, because here I'm mostly working the restaurants and I'm working the weekends when other people is off and they have parties stuff like that. I'm working. So it's been all my life like this lately, especially lately. When it's Christmas, New Year's Eve, I'm working, so I don't get much invited. I don't have much of social life from this point of view because of my profession.
Okay.
Something happened to my hair.
So for you, you don't have any struggle? Is it for you carnivore
No,
is easy?
for me it's easy. It's not. I maybe because I'm working as a chef and I work with the food all the time and I have all kind of food under my eyes, under my hand all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm not say I'm strong. I resist. I don't resist because I'm not having any cravings. So for me, for you, how works for you?
For me, it's also easy because I don't feel attracted at all for the other foods. So now I'm good with my steak and with my butter. But sometimes it's difficult when I get invited, because when people
Yeah,
prepare something, it's difficult to say no. I only eat this.
yeah.
So
You don't want to make complicated for the other ones.
yeah. So sometimes
And
when
we are not vegans. That they why you don't have the option for me?
yes,
What's
that's true.
wrong with you? You know I don't eat this kind of things. Why you invite me?
Yes. That's why
we have
sometimes
this.
I eat everything. It's just occasionally, it's not all the time. But when
Huh?
I'm invited, I eat what I don't eat
Yes.
desserts because sugar I don't want. But if you have vegetables, I eat it.
Until I mean, if you can handle it, I mean, I don't want to put people in how you say in a square. They say, you are not one of us because you eat blueberry one time. No, I
Yeah.
don't care. We don't have to be like this. Until if it's a matter of health. No, this our choices is to fix our health. At least for me was to fix my health, and for many of this channel that I see, that I follow, that I see this testimony, it's a matter of health. So until it doesn't mess up your health,
Yes,
why
exactly.
not? I ate ice cream, for example, weeks ago, and I feel like shit
Really?
after. I had headache and I feel very bad.
Okay.
So I try because I went with the kids and they want ice cream. I said, okay, let's eat ice cream with the kids, enjoy.
Yes,
But then, at the moment, the ice cream was good. But after maybe 1 hour, I start to feel very bad. I had headache. It was horrible. So I know I cannot handle this thing anymore.
yeah, when it's so strong like this, yeah, of course you will avoid it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what would be your advice if somebody wants to start? You already say that it's good to not start like directly, little.
Suddenly, yes.
Do you
The
have
thing is that when I started ketogenic, years ago, I did directly. That's why I know it's,
okay?
because the theory was you need to start to do ketosis. So what is the faster way to go ketosis? You need to basically starve your body. So I did eat for 3 days.
Okay.
I just, when you don't eat for 3 days, there is a word now I can't recall it. Anyway, I didn't eat for 3 days to start to go
Fast.
in ketosis. I fasted for 3 days, just drinking water, and it was horrible, headaches, and then the first thing I eat, I had to run to the toilet. It was horrible to experience like this to enter in ketosis. You're gonna enter in ketosis anyway. I was in rush because I wanted to see this the scale to go down and start to lose weight. I wanted to see the results very fast, and you don't have to do it fast. You don't have to see the result fast. You don't need the scale. Doesn't matter. A scale, for example, doesn't tell you if you're losing fat or you're losing muscles. It's
That's
just a number. So yeah, my suggestion is to start to slowly and don't have the goal of the number of the scale. Forget about it. just check your symptoms, just check your mental clarity, your mood. A lot changed my mood. You know, I follow one of the channel that I was following that helped me a lot is this guy from England. His name is Lee Corpus. Sorry, maybe it's the wrong name. Anyway, his channel is named Kent Carnivore. I
Okay.
don't know if you ever see. He makes very short documentary, super informative. Like it's like pill sides carnivore information. He take all information from all the doctors,
Okay.
and then he put them together with the very nice montage and logic. And that was the one of the he do carnivore from more than 1 year. So when I start to follow up, and then after I found Dr. Chaffee, I found his documentaries, and so much they work so well. It's very very good for starting this the diet. So you can
Okay.
check the documentary on this channel and see how it works. Basically, it's very very interesting. And
Okay.
you know, starting this way, starting slowly. Don't have a goal of the scale, and get all the information that you can. It's the best way.
And you say that you don't take supplements at all, like vitamins?
I I, I take vitamin D
Okay.
because of the we are in Netherlands, so there's not much sun.
Yeah.
Uh, and was one of the things that was taken. I give it to the kids, and also I noticed I help a lot of for the health because they were getting sick quite often. And
Yeah.
from when we all take vitamin D, basically we don't get sick anymore. Now I also feel so much better and stronger because of the way of eating. But and the vitamin D are in the eggs and everywhere. But more is always better. You never know. So we take some super. The problem of vitamin D is that when you go to the doctor and prescribe you vitamin D, they give you 400 IU or 800 IU. It's very very less because we
Yes.
need 25,000 or even more. So I'm taking 10,000, 15,000 extra plus the one that I eat from the food. So I'm kind of covered because then there is really not much sun in the Netherlands, especially in the winter. It's a lot
Yes.
of time it's raining.
Okay. To think.
Yeah, you have to do something.
Yeah. So you have a YouTube channel. You post.
I have very. I put few. I normally I use the YouTube channel to show the situation here in Netherlands, like where I buy the food, like in the farm, in the butcher, in the Turkish butcher, or I go to the farm and
Okay.
this kind of thing. And then I have a video that I'm ranting about the government talking about removing the car from us and removing the meat. So I have this
Okay.
not so many video. I put some video. Mostly I'm active on Instagram because I of my background of photographer and my likeness of taking pictures, this kind of thing. I prefer that the food talk in
Yeah.
general. But you know, I'm trying to be more active myself. I see your video are very funny. You can do many other things like green screen things and other things. For me, it's a little bit. I don't know. I use only the cell phone. Because of where we live, my laptop is still like I don't use it. I don't have a station.
Okay.
I don't have where to put it. Until we move to the new house in November, I'm in this situation because now we are in transition between where we were living before and we bought a house. And now the house where we live now is transition house. So until we move there, I'm not set up. So you saw before my setup is like I'm on the last floor in the ceiling.
It's better than mine. I just have my laptop. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's good. But I think I asked you all the question I wanted to ask.
Good.
So I will put in the description your Instagram and your YouTube channel, like these people can find you. And
Okay.
I don't know if you want to add something.
No, just can you put in the to so if people that is researching for cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome maybe can find your video also. some hashtag or whatever. So not only people are looking for carnivore diet,
Yes.
but also people are looking for CSS. Maybe can find this video and
yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I will do it. Yeah. CSS, I have to check.
yeah.
Yeah, I will do
Okay.
this. Yeah, perfect for me. That's good.
Cool.
Thank you so much
Okay.
for the
You're welcome. It was very fun. It was nice.
for the problem before, but we did
No
it. We
problem.
finished it, so that's good. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening.
You too. Enjoy.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care. Bye bye. Ciao, ciao.